podcast. I wanted to put something out today while I'm still working on finishing up episode 6, because today, May 26th, is a special day for vampire enthusiasts, Dracula Day. It was on this date in 1897 that Bram Stoker's novel was first sold and published. So I encourage anyone listening that has not read the original novel to go out and do so now. But for those listeners who have already read Dracula, I wanted to make a few suggestions today on some further reading. First off, there's Stoker's short story, Dracula's Guest, which makes a nice companion piece to the novel. This was published with a collection of short stories after Stoker's death by his wife Florence. Speculations about the story being the deleted first chapter, which his wife actually kind of mentions, have been brought up many times, but most scholars do not believe this to be true anymore. According to Elizabeth Miller, this is very probably not likely at all. In addition to it not appearing in Stoker's notes, the writing style is also quite different from the rest of the novel. But in any case, it does make a good companion piece, and it's something that can be read in one sitting, such as tonight, in honor of World Dracula Day. Two novels also that I recommend that continue with the character of Dracula are The Historian by Elizabeth Kostova, and then Dracula the Undead by Dacre Stoker and Ian Holt. Kostova's work is one of my favorite novels, as it combines Dracula with a lot of my other interests like libraries, European churches, and then traveling throughout Europe. It comes in a little over 800 pages, but it's a very hard book to put down. So I highly encourage everyone to read that one. Dracula the Undead, which was a possible title for the original novel, is the Stoker family's officially sanctioned sequel to the original, penned by Bram's great-grandnephew Dacre Stoker and vampire scholar / screenwriter Ian Holt. The story takes place 25 years after the original novel and includes all the main characters that survived, plus a few new ones. It is different, though it is written as a narrative story as opposed in the form of letters and diaries like the original book. And in order to not give away too much, can't really discuss the plot because it is quite detailed. So I will leave you to read that book by yourselves as well. In episode 1 of the podcast, I talked about some of the scholarship about Dracula that you can find, and I would refer you to that episode again, and to some of those works, especially the works of Elizabeth Miller. Again, her book Dracula Sense and Nonsense is very helpful for those who are studying the book, and then also the Bram Stoker's original notes that she helped edit. She has many other works that are great books on Dracula in that field as well. Also works of Clive Leatherdale, David J. Schall, who was the editor of the Norton Critical Edition, which is the one that we use at my university to teach from. And then also the work of John Edgar Browning. Browning, as well as also Charles E. Butler, have written several works on Dracula on film. So if you're interested in that, you can look for those works. Also, you can find the article I wrote called The Faces of Dracula, which is in the vampire edition of Indie Judge magazine online. And if you also want to read about my visit to, again, Dr. Gordon Melton's collection and see a picture of his extensive Dracula collection, you can find that article over at vamped.org. And that's it for this little mini episode. Now go out and celebrate World Dracula Day by watching your favorite film version of the movie or the story. You can find some of them online for free. And as always, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and at thevampirehistorian.com. So tune in soon for episode 6, where we'll finally get into the story of Arnold Pale.